Well, it was nice for the Thompsons to get out on the town eventually. Being a parent to young children, Mia and Liam, they would always have a hard time looking for a good babysitter. Thus, when the parents got a reference of a nice girl by the name of Clara, they quickly hired her. Clara came in precisely at 6 p.m. with a nice look on her face. It was a fairly tall and lovely girl with long black hair and white skin. Her hair was parted in the middle, and she wore thick glasses to obscure her eyes. She barely spoke out loud. "Hello," Mrs. Thompson greeted us. "I appreciate your coming at such short notice," she added, putting on her coat. "No problem," Clara replied. "I love children." She spoke warmly to them, but there was in her timbre something that raised the hackles of Mia, the Thompsons' 6-year-old daughter. She pulled her mom by her dress sleeve. "Why?" asked Mike, asking. "Be quiet, dear," Mrs. Thompson said. "Be nice." Having briefly explained the rules to them, the parents left and Clara was left alone with the children. In the beginning, even it looked all right. I guess she got fond of Mia and Liam and spent some time playing board games together. She even let them have a little more playtime than usual. But that evening, the girl became more and more non-communicative, which worried me, to be honest. "Can we watch cartoons?" Liam asked. Clara nodded, and for the first time a small smile curled the corner of her lips, but did not enter her eyes. "No, let's play a different game," she said instead. She took what looked like an aged wooden chest from her handbag out. There were dark, handcrafted dolls inside, and each one had black, dead eyes. The enemy was getting closer. "Pick one," Clara said quietly. Mia and Liam hesitated. Mia rolled her eyes. "I don't want to," she added, drawing herself away from him. Clara's smile enlarged in the least natural manner possible any human could ever imagine. "You'll like it. They're very special." The temperature also appeared to drop, and the lights dimmed again. Mia said to Liam again in a low voice, "I do not believe we can call her normal." Liam agreed, looking frightened. They agreed to get out of the room while Clara's back was turned to them. He and she then moved upstairs to their parents' bedroom and locked the door to that room. "What do we do?" Liam asked. Mia reached for their mom's phone and dialed their parents' numbers, but the connection was poor. It is at this moment that they realized something was wrong on the baby monitor. The fact that the camera was focused on the living room was as ever a relief and comfort, where Clara stood like a statue, staring at the screen. Now she had removed her glasses, and her eyes were as black as night. "He knows we are there," Mia mumbled. Suddenly there was a knock on the door of the bedroom, abundantly clear. "Children," Clara said, clucking her tongue and imitating my voice. "Come out now. It's time for bed." They didn't answer. The doorknob turned and twisted before becoming still. Stillness ensued, yet it was still worse than the knocking. Within the next few minutes, they were able to hear someone go back down the stairs as well. "We have to escape from here," Mia tried to breathe out. They get out the window and crawl down the rooftop of porch, then fell down at the back side of the house. By this time, they were already running towards the neighbor's house, and from far they heard Clara say, "You can't run from me," she yelled after him. As they turned, Clara was standing in the yard, her black eyes shone in the dark. The dolls from her box were now flying in the air with their naked expressions fixed on the children right from the abdomen. One day, Mia and Liam started slamming on the neighbor's door until 87-year-old Mr. Jenkins answered the door. "What's going on?" he asked. "Call our parents," Mia cried. "She's trying to get us." Mr. Jenkins opened the door and called the Thompsons, who arrived home as soon as they could. She was no longer there when they got to the hotel, as Clara was the name they were told to look for by the man who ordered the hit. There was no sound in the house, but the living room was a mess. Coffee table's wooden box was there, and it was empty now, and the smell of smoke was slightly present in the air. But Mrs. Thompson actually embraced her children closely to reassure them. "I guarantee that we will never leave you again with a babysitter," she said. During the night, as everyone tried to sleep, Mia was waken up by a faint whisper. They could no longer contain them, and one said, "Don't forget me." One day, looking out of the window, she saw one of Clara's black-eyed dolls, which was seated on the windowsill. Its head was moving side by side with the movement of hers in the mirror. Mia screamed, and when her parents ran in, the doll was no longer in front of her. But Mia knew it wasn't over. Clara had given them a part of her that they would not let go, a part she had left behind.